Today we take on the official Trader Vic Mai Tai Daiquiri for the first time ever, at least on YouTube, I think. We're about to make the Mai Tai Daiquiri, and this is an official Trader Vic cocktail that is relatively unknown. And I know that most of you don't know about this because I have only really known about this for a short amount of time. Trader Vic's Mai Tai Daiquiri is more than just a Mai Tai that is put in a coupe. It's actually its very own thing. It includes sugar, lime, grapefruit, maraschino or maraschino for you pronunciation a-holes, and Trader Vic's Mai Tai rum. The main reason that pretty much none of us really know about this drink is because it's not in any official Trader Vic's books. Not in the memoir, not in the 1972 Bartender's Guide, not in the Rum Cookery and Drinkery book either, but it was shared in a syndicated newspaper article from 1967 and in the Passport to Trader Vic's Exotic Cocktails. This little guy came out in 1964, and look at me, not only do I have a copy, but I have the very first one, number 0001. Okay, so they are all number 0001. You can find these on eBay, and as cool as they appear to be, they're not much of a passport to Trader Vic cocktails and more of a book trying to sell Trader Vic's products. Every drink requires a Trader Vic's rum, syrup, or mix. But before we move on, let's stop to look at this one more time because it's called the Passport to Trader Vic's Exotic Cocktails and not Tiki Cocktails. The word Tiki was not used to describe what we now call tiki until the mid-century. So for 20 plus years, this genre of faux Polynesia with tropical cocktails from the Caribbean was often referred to as exotic cocktails. It's why my little tagline, I guess that's what I would call it, is to make tropical, tiki, exotic, and rum cocktails, kind of covering a large swath of those drinks. I also just make whatever I feel like making, or that's interesting to me. But basically, just a little reminder that tiki as a word and as a descriptor for this era, this style of drink, was not prominent back in the mid-century, and the use of exotic cocktails was well established. Now, when it comes to this specific recipe for a Mai Tai Daiquiri, there's not much originality to it. The recipe is not too different from Trader Vic's many daiquiri recipes that he shared, which included maraschino as well as grapefruit juice. In fact, there is an almost identical recipe shared called the Trader Vic's Daiquiri, which includes all the same ingredients minus the Mai Tai rum, and in place used a light Puerto Rican rum. The man was a businessman, and the businessman needed to sell his Mai Tai rum. What also makes this unique and special is that it is a real frozen blender style drink. Now, before we make it, what rum do we use? Well, I'll be using my version of the Trader Vic's Mai Tai rum, kinda. My friend Kevin Crossman has more on this blend of rums and how you can potentially recreate it at home. I'll leave links to that in this episode's description. But instead of doing that exactly, I'm going to try to create my own second adjusted Mai Tai formula rum using just 2 rums. Now, when Vic describes that second adjusted formula, he calls for an 8 or a 15-year rum. So either of these would work, even though these are blends and not 100% pot still rums. Or maybe instead, we just split the age difference and use this one. He also calls for a rum from Martinique. He describes this rum as usually heavy in body, coffee-colored, very similar to Jamaican rums, but in many cases have the dry, burned flavor of the Demerara. I happen to have just exactly that rum right here. Dark and coffee-colored, more than similar to Jamaican rum because it is Jamaican, and it also has a flavor similar to Demerara, or as Vic would say, has a dry, burned flavor of the Demerara. And better yet, if you use 1 ounce of Worthy Park 109 and 1 ounce of an 80 proof aged rum like Appleton 12, you would get a total ABV of 47.25. That's slightly boozier than the original 17-year-old at 43% ABV and a little less than the Legend's 49% ABV. But a little boozier and a little tastier, which should help in a frozen blended cocktail. So let's make this thing into a blender. I will add 1 ounce of lime juice, 3/4 ounces of grapefruit juice, half an ounce of maraschino liqueur, and then we need 2 ounces of the Mai Tai rum, so 1 ounce of Appleton 12 and 1 ounce of Worthy Park 109. We're also going to add in 1 teaspoon of sugar, and finally 1.5 cups of nugget or crushed ice, or as Vic says, 10 ounces of shaved ice. I'll serve this in a coupe, and while I believe it calls for no garnish, it's a Mai Tai, so we'll add a little bit of mint. So there you go, the somewhat official Mai Tai Daiquiri from Trader Vic. All right, let's try it. Cheers. It's a little bit better than I thought. The Trader Vic's daiquiri, the one without the Mai Tai rum, really just daiquiri with maraschino, and he uses maraschino a lot throughout a lot of recipes, as do so many people in the 30s, 40s, 50s. But that flavor can be too much. It's often too much for me. That is, it's floral, but not in the floral way that I love. And there's this potpourri-ness to it. There is some nuttiness in the background, which is appealing. It doesn't, for me, work in most cocktails. The only one I can think of that I really love, where you can still taste it prominently, is the Demerara Dry Float, which is like one of my all-time favorite cocktails. But that one's like bracingly acidic and has a big tropical fruit flavor from passion fruit. But the reason this is better than a normal Trader Vic's daiquiri, the light rum, is because we're just using better rums. But even using better rums and a higher proof rum to help bump up the flavor and ABV of a frozen blended drink, it's still, you don't really taste the rum that much. Like, I guess it's there, but just a combination of Appleton 12 and Worthy Park 109, 2 of my absolute favorite rums, get lost in the blendedness of this cocktail, as well as with the fact that there's so much of that maraschino in there. The more I'm drinking of it, the more I can see how some people probably would actually like this. I don't usually rank cocktails or rate them, but just to give you an idea, because I think part of the problem is that if you're not just glowingly enthusiastic about something, everyone's like, "Oh, that's why did you? It's bad. Why did you make it? This is like a 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10 is not bad. 5 out of 10 is like in the middle. If I was served this at a bar, I'd enjoy it. I wouldn't order another one. It's not bad. It's not great. It's in the middle. I think some people will like it if you like that maraschino flavor, but some of you that don't like it, if you're like me and you're sort of, it's not that you dislike it, but you're just not, you're very middle of the road or below in your love for maraschino, then you probably wouldn't like it that much. But you can feel how a little bit of it goes a long way and can make something more delicious. But too much of it is too much of it, and it just takes over. So it's not that it's a bad flavor in there. It's just you can't really taste the rum anymore. You're not really even getting that much of the grapefruit. But a lot of that comes back to the fact that we're blending this with a lot of ice. So there's a lot of dilution that you're consuming. So those bolder flavors matter. And the boldness of maraschino actually holds up pretty well in a frozen blended drink. It holds up better than anything else I've probably ever put in a frozen blended drink. So there you go, the official frozen blended Mai Tai Daiquiri. When I first came across this, I didn't know it existed. I didn't really even know what the recipe was. I just knew that I had to figure that out. And then finding out that I think this is really a recipe that was just, hey, let's sell some more rum. So let's create another cocktail using our Mai Tai rum. Let's just take something that exists, use the Mai Tai rum, call it Mai Tai Daiquiri, and then hopefully we move some more bottles of this rum. That's basically my assumption as to how this came to be, because it's not featured in any other books besides that newspaper article and then that little booklet. So another little piece of adjacent Mai Tai history for you. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like below. Consider subscribing to the channel. Like this video if you have not already. And if you want to support this channel more, you can check out my Patreon page. Otherwise, see you on the next one.